Hello, this is the first video in the series Getting Started with Linkerd. Before we get started, let's first understand what Linkerd is. Linkerd is a service mesh for Kubernetes. A service mesh is a dedicated infrastructure layer for making service to service communication safe, fast, and reliable. Linkerd adds observability, reliability, and security to Kubernetes applications without any application code change. It's fully open source and licensed under Apache v2. Next, a bit of history of Linkerd. It all started in Twitter in the year 2010. In 2016, this solution was made open source and later it became known as Linkerd v1. It was implemented in the Twitter tech stack, which used the Java Virtual Machine and Scala. In 2017, the Linkerd project was donated to the Cloud Native Computing Foundation. In 2018, Linkerd v2 was released. It was a complete rewrite and was done using Rust and Golang. Linkerd v2 main design goals are zero config, lightweight, Kubernetes first. What does Linkerd do? Observability, which includes service level metrics such as success rates, latencies, throughput, etc. Reliability includes retries, timeouts, load balancing, circuit breaking, etc. Security, transparent mutual TLS, certificate management, and rotation policy. And you get all of these in an ultralight package focused on operational simplicity. Next, we try to understand why is Linkerd so good. Number one, it just works out of the box with zero config and for any Kubernetes application. Number two, it's ultra light. There is minimal performance and resource cost involved with Linkerd. Number three, it's simple. It reduces operational complexity in every possible way. Number four, security. It gives security out of the box by default. No extra add-ons required. Talking about the footprint, control plane, which is written in Go language, has approximately 200 megabyte footprint. Data plane, which is written in Rust, has less than 20 megabyte footprint and has a P99 value of less than 1 millisecond, meaning 99 out of 100 requests would add only less than 1 millisecond of latency because of Linkerd. Now, how does Linkerd work? Let's take a look at the architecture of Linkerd. Linkerd service mesh consists of two high-level components, data plane and a control plane. Broadly speaking, the data plane is the one which does the actual work. It touches every packet request in the system. It is responsible for service discovery, health checks, routing or routing, load balancing, authentication, authorization, and observability. Linkerd's data plane is comprised of lightweight proxies known as Linkerd2 proxies. These proxies are deployed as sidecar containers along each instance of the service. These sidecars will intercept the communication between the pods and enable features like instrumentation and mutual TLS encryption. On the other hand, the control plane provides policy and configuration for all of the running data planes in the mesh. It does not touch any packets requests in the system. The control plane turns all of the data planes into a distributed system. The control plane contains a certificate authority called identity. This CA issues TLS certificates to each data plane proxy. These TLS certificates expire after 24 hours and are automatically rotated. The proxies use these certificates to encrypt and authenticate TCP traffic to other proxies. Now, talking about security and performance. Linkerd is fundamentally secure as it uses Rust programming language for Linkerd2 proxy. A binary application compiled from Rust is free from memory safety issues and can run natively on the operating system. No runtime environments or garbage collection is needed. Another aspect to security is Linkerd is built on top of Kubernetes. For example, each certificate that the proxy uses is bound to the Kubernetes service account identity of the containing pod. Last and most important is the mutual TLS is on by default. Users don't have to look for configs to enable security. Linkerd does it by default. Notable feature included with Linkerd 2.8 includes simple secure Kubernetes multi-cluster connection. What this means is that Linkerd can now connect Kubernetes services across cluster boundaries in a way that's secure, fully transparent to the application, and independent of network topology. This multi-cluster feature is designed to meet some critical goals, which are 1. Providing a unified trust domain. The identity of the source and destination workloads must be validated at every step, both in and across the cluster boundaries. 2. Separating failure domains. A cluster outage should still allow the remaining clusters to function, so there's no single point of failure. 3. Supporting heterogeneous networks. Since clusters can span clouds, VPCs, on-premises data centers, and combinations thereof, Linkerd should not introduce any L3, L4 requirements other than gateway connectivity. 4. Providing a unified model with in-cluster communication. The same observability, reliability, and security features that Linkerd provides for in-cluster communication should extend to this new cross-cluster communication. As seen in the diagram, service A on cluster west can communicate with service C on cluster east simply by addressing it directly as C.east or by addressing it as C and having Linkerd automatically route traffic for that service to the cluster east, regardless of whether that communication happens within a cluster, across the cluster, within a data center or VPC, or across the public internet. Linkerd will establish a connection between the clusters that's encrypted and authenticated on both sides with mutual TLS. Prior to Linkerd 2.9, mutual TLS between services was only supported for HTTP traffic. With 2.9, MTLS support has been extended to TCP connections as well. Other features introduced with 2.9 include ARM support. This allows Linkerd to run anywhere, be it on ARM-based compute such as AWS Graviton or simply on your Raspberry Pi cluster. Another feature is the new multi-core proxy runtime. Linkerd upgraded the Rust proxy to a multi-core runtime, which allows for greater throughput and concurrency for individual pods. Another feature is introducing support for Kubernetes new service topology feature. This means that you can now introduce routing or routing preferences such as request should stay in this node or request should stay in this region. Another feature is bring your own Prometheus option for users who want to skip Linkerd's Prometheus cluster and use their own directly. This makes the control plane even more lighter. In Linkerd 2.10, the Linkerd control plane is now modular and extensible with introduction of extensions. Extensions are opt-in software components that run as part of the Linkerd control plane. This allows Linkerd adopters to choose exactly which bits and pieces of Linkerd they want to install on their cluster. The 2.10 release ships 3 extensions by default. Wiz, which contains on-cluster metric stack, Prometheus, Grafana, the dashboard, etc. Multi-cluster, which contains the machinery for cross-cluster communication. And Jaeger, which contains the Jaeger distributed tracing collector and UI. Linkerd 2.11 introduces policy, a feature that allows users to control which services are allowed to connect and send requests to each other. To accomplish this, Linkerd 2.11 introduces a set of default authorization policies that can be applied at the cluster, namespace, or pod level simply by setting a Kubernetes annotation, including All authenticated only allow requests from MTLS validated services. All unauthenticated allow all requests. Deny all requests, and more. Other notable features with Linkerd 2.11 are retries for HTTP requests with bodies. Until now, for performance reasons, Linkerd has only allowed retries for bodiless requests, for example, HTTP GETs. In 2.11, Linkerd can also retry failed requests with bodies, including gRPC requests with a maximum body size of 64 kilobytes. Container Startup Ordering Workaround. Linkerd 2.11 now ensures by default that the Linkerd 2 proxy container is ready before any other containers in the pod are initialized. This addresses a large class of tricky race conditions where application containers attempt to connect before the proxy is ready. Even smaller, faster, and lighter. Linkerd 2.11 introduces even smaller proxy and even smaller control plane, thus keeping Linkerd the lightest, fastest possible service mesh for Kubernetes. This was an introduction to Linkerd. In the next video, we'll look at how to get started with Linkerd by installing it in a Kubernetes cluster. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe to my channel to never miss any update from me. If you have any questions, do comment below and I'll do my best to respond back quickly. Thank you.